I don't know. Let me go over here.
Push the laptop
Oh
back.
wow, nothing's happening on
Push
this
the camera
end.
up a little bit.
So
So you're not looking crunched over.
I am. Hold on. Oh, it's still going live. That's really weird.
Push the
YouTube.
laptop up, John.
Excuse me. Oh, it says now I'm live. Hello. Hi, everybody. I would say let me get a confirmation by thumbs up if you can see and hear me, but oh no, let me go
Wow.
over here. Looks like I can't see and heard. Sorry about the technical errors on the last one, but it does appear as if we're streaming. So while you guys are piling in here for this lovely, lovely Christmas Eve, I'm just going to play a little guitar because there's only, it looks like there's one person waiting. There was like, I don't know, a handful of you guys in the other one, and I don't know what the heck happened there. That was definitely my bad, my fault there, but hello everybody. Okay, so I'm just going to play a little guitar while everybody's popping in here. Merry Christmas, hello. Is it buffering or am I tripping here? I think it's buffering. Oh well. I'm not playing Jingle Bells.
The only time of year you get to play it. I think it's dragging.
So, you guys, can you tell me if I'm buffering or is it coming through okay? Or, I mean, it seems like it's doing okay, but I got Mina over here in my right ear telling me it looks like it's dragging, but I don't know. You guys tell me. Liam says it looks good, sounds good. A bit jumpy audio. Okay, well, crap. Oh, well, so there's 6 people in here. I'll go another couple minutes just jamming around, you guys. I play guitar for fun, and I figure you guys probably won't kill me for playing it because, well, physically you're not in the same room and you couldn't kill me if you wanted to, so good luck with that.
And the butt mode, she wants to be on camera.
Oh, we're going to show you guys butt mode. She's got her little Christmas thing going too, so Lily will be featured in tonight's live stream as well. Did I play Sweet Home Alabama on the last one? Do you remember? It's one of my favorite songs to warm up with and play, so we'll just play it for you guys. Yeah, everybody loved the little Leonard Skinner. So you guys want to see Lele Lilliford?
Come on, wake up.
Come here, Bubs. Let's show everybody your little cute Christmas thing. Yeah.
Wake up, Miss Sleepyhead.
Come here, Bubba's. Let's everybody see Bubba's. Let me swap over to this other thing so we can see what we're doing here. There we go. Say hey. She's got her little. Oh, you can't even see it. She's got her little pink.
Pearl necklace.
Her little pink Christmas pearl necklace on her. So say hey, Lily. Hey, everybody. What's up, you guys? Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Kwanzaa. Hanukkah. Ramadan. It's Ramadan?
I don't know.
I think it's Ramadan too.
Happy everything.
All of them. Happy all of them. So there we go. Alright, let me put this mutt down. Bye, Lily. Love the baby. Good girl, Bubba.
Big girl.
So, wow, been a while since I've been able to do a live stream. I hope you guys are having a good, happy Christmas, happy holidays. 14 people watching now, so let's see who we got in here. Liam T, Tinfoil Hatter, what's up, man? Long time no see, brother. Tinfoil Hatter. Logan Fowler. And Mr. Cal. What's up, Mr. Cal? How about it, bro? All right. So, there was a couple of things I just wanted to touch on. Really, the main purpose of this stream was to see if I'm able to use my new laptop that Brenda sent to me. Thanks so much again, Brenda. Wow, that's awesome. Thank you. But I wanted to see how it was going to do on streaming with this internet here at the new hotel that I'm staying at. So it seems like it's doing okay. It's a whole heck of a lot better than the internet was at the other hotel, and so as long as this goes well, then we should be in the scripting business when it comes to future streams, not screams, of course. So okay, so that looks pretty good. There was a couple of things that I was going to touch on for NASA news, so I'll just jump right into it. I thought these were, well, typical NASA stuff, right? So we've got the first thing is from The Guardian. Oh man, 27 monkeys held at NASA's research center killed on a single day in 2019. So what, dude? So now NASA's in the business of killing monkeys. Wow. You'd think with all the money of ours that they're stealing, they'd at least be able to take care of a couple of dozen monkeys for us. I mean, heck, I would probably take care of a monkey for a nominal fee of $10 billion a year. No, I'm kidding. So it says, oh wait, so of course that's an ad. I don't want to read the ad. Let's close the ad here. Okay, so again, this is coming from TheGuardian.com. Why do I seem to remember that as being one of them fake news sites? I'm probably confusing it with some. Oh, I'm thinking of The Onion. Excuse me, I got a case of the hiccups here, you guys. Woof. So this is TheGuardian.com. Every monkey held by NASA was put to death on a single day last year. Ugh. Documents obtained by The Guardian show in a move that has enraged animal welfare campaigners. Yeah, no doubt. It's enraged me, and I'm not necessarily like a campaigner. I mean, I love animals and monkeys as much as the next bloke over, but, you know, I wouldn't say that it's something that I've really, you know, gotten behind as much as I probably should have. But wow, that really does get under your skin because, you know, they take these primates, these little cute monkeys, and they raise them in a laboratory setting. They put them, you know, through what you can only imagine is at least uncomfortable, possibly painful, you know, ordeals. And then at the end of that, then they just kill them, it seems. So continuing on with the quote here, it says a total of 27 primates were euthanized, and of course euthanized is a euphemism for murdered, euthanized by administered drugs on 2 February last year at NASA's Ames Research Center in California's Silicon Valley. It has emerged. Wow. The monkeys were aging, and 21 of them had Parkinson's, according to documents released under Freedom of Information laws. So, yeah, it makes you wonder, why did 21 of these older monkeys have Parkinson's? Now, is this like is there like a Parkinson's pandemic in the monkey community, or is this something that maybe, there's a correlation between the scientific research that they were undergoing at Ames Research Center that was giving them higher or elevated rates of Parkinson's? I don't know. That's probably a question for an expert, because I'm certainly no expert when it comes to the rates of Parkinson's disease in monkeys, but I would say that 21 out of 27, that's like, more than 2/3, more than 2/3 of the monkeys here in question of the 27 were suffering from Parkinson's disease, according to this. So it does seem as if that's a fairly elevated rate. I wonder if you can just do it. Let's try this. Let's Google search for how common is Parkinson's disease in monkeys. Let's see. Well, it said monkeys on there, but modeling Parkinson's disease in primates. It says the literature often refers to the MPTP monkey model of PD, but we will find out that we should instead speak about MPTP monkey models of PD. Wait a minute, that makes no sense. So is it, can monkeys get Parkinson's? It says the toxins induced the hallmark Parkinsonian symptoms in the monkey that characterize human Parkinson's: tremor, rigidity, bradykinesia or slowness of movement, postural instability, and freezing. So it seems like it is definitely a thing, but I don't know. You'd probably further and more in-depth research than I'm prepared to go through right now in order to determine whether, over 2/3 of these monkeys having Parkinson's is alarming, or if that's just par for the course. Is that a normal thing for monkeys? I don't know. I would take a shot in the dark and say that it's high, and I would take a further shot in the dark to say that it's high because of something that was going on with these poor, sweet little monkeys at Ames Research Center in California, where at the end of their, short little monkey lives, they just went ahead and euthanized them and killed them because they were getting a little bit old. So I guess, what is that, a California thing? Is like, I don't know. You know how, like, they say the models are like, when they turn 19, they are now, or actors or whatever, when they turn 19, they are now, like, obsolete. Is that, like, a thing for the monkeys of the Silicon Valley as well? I don't know. That's really, I'm just being facetious at this point, but, okay. So the monkeys, it is sad. The monkeys were aging. 21 of them had Parkinson's, according to documents released under the Freedom of Information laws. I got to tell you, based on what Jaronism and other people that I know that have tried to go through the motions of Freedom of Information Act requests, it really is quite a wonder that they were able to get answers from these, from NASA or Ames or whatever at all. Because it seems to me that in order to get Freedom of Information Act requests handled, you have to jump through a lot of hoops. It costs a small fortune. And at the end of the day, you're not even guaranteed anything. So you may just dump a ton of money into something that you never get any results from. But, to anyone that goes through that process and actually gleans something of use from it, I got to say, that's commendable. So God bless them for doing that and spending what I would imagine was a ton of money to get that back. But continuing on with the quote, the decision to kill off the animals rather than move them to a sanctuary has been condemned by animal rights advocates and other observers, including this guy right here. I mean, that's just, it gets under my skin, man. I hate to see that sort of thing. The primates, quote, were suffering the ethological deprivations and frustrations inherent in laboratory life, end quote. That was a quote from John Gluck, an expert in animal ethics at the University of New Mexico. And I got to say, it doesn't take an expert in animal ethics to know that ethological deprivations and frustrations will come with basically living in a prison, for lack of a better word. I mean, these monkeys were reared and raised and lived their entire lives in more or less a cage in a little prison for monkeys. I don't know another way to put it, but
that's what NASA was doing to them.
Basically what it is a prison. Gluck added that the monkeys were, quote, apparently not considered worthy of a chance at a sanctuary life. Not even a try. Disposal instead of the expression of simple decency. Shame on those responsible, end quote. I couldn't have said it better myself there. Kathleen Rice, a U.S. House representative, has written to Jim Bridenstine, NASA's administrator, to demand an explanation for the deaths. I would say right on. Rice, a New York Democrat, said that she has been pushing for U.S. government researchers to consider human retirement policies for animals used in research. She said, I look forward to an explanation from administrators Bridenstine on why these animals were forced to waste away in captivity and be killed rather than live out their lives in a sanctuary, Rice told The Guardian. NASA has a long association with primates. Ham, a chimpanzee, received daily training before becoming the first great ape to be launched into fake space in 1961, successfully carrying out his brief mission before safely splashing down into the ocean. But the monkeys euthanized, but the monkeys euthanized last year weren't used in any daring space missions or even for research. Instead, they were housed at the Ames facility in a joint care arrangement between NASA and LifeSource Biomedical, which is a separate drug research entity which leases space at the center and housed the primates. So let me read that last little sentence again. The monkeys, let me make sure I'm still streaming. I just had a text message come in. So yeah, it does look like I'm still streaming here. So if I don't see anything in the chat, Merry Christmas, Joshua Lewis. Merry Christmas, R.L. Agito, Iger Television. What up, Rock Soup Fish people? All right. That's funny, Iger Television. Okay, so where was I at? Okay, so reading back through this again. The monkeys euthanized last year weren't used in any daring space missions or even for research. Instead, they were housed at the Ames facility in a joint care arrangement between NASA and LifeSource Biomedical, a separate drug research entity, which leases space at the center and housed the primates. Okay, so LifeSource Biomedical, a drug research entity, so it makes you wonder, were they giving these monkeys,
something for Parkinson's?
Were they giving them Parkinson's intentionally and then trying some sort of new drugs to treat Parkinson's? That's a good question.
Why would NASA be doing that anyway? Isn't NASA supposed to be space and not drugs?
That's what it just said. They were housed in the same place. But LifeSource Biomedical, I'm just pulling up their website here. They're in Mountain View, California. That's right. Isn't that right? Where PayPal's headquartered, I think, is in Mountain View, California. I could be wrong, but I think that's where PayPal, 650 area code. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, forgive me if I'm misquoting here, but I think that's real close to PayPal. So that's right there in the Silicon Valley for sure. LifeSource Biomedical Research and Development, LSBM's Biomedical Research and Development Team offers ... Here, let's see what they're doing here. But it just makes you wonder if they are intentionally giving these primates Parkinson's, or
maybe
putting them into situations where they're prone to get it, and then trying out drugs on them.
Maybe they were using the monkeys to say they were in the space program just so they would have like some kind of law that they could actually do something to the monkeys with drugs.
I don't know if they can hear.
Couldn't do.
I don't know if they can hear you well.
Well, maybe like in the space program, they could give certain things to the monkeys that they couldn't do if, say, a drug company wants to try out a drug in America on an animal, and they can't do it because of a law, but under the space program, they would be able to do that. Seems to me like they're in cahoots together, the drug company and NASA.
Oh, hey, what's up, Horry Sheets Show? If you guys could, let me know if you're able to hear Mina okay. She's awful talkative tonight. I wasn't necessarily expecting her to be so darn talkative, but that's always good to have her input. If you guys could just let me know if you're able to hear her very well or how her audio is on your end, that would be awesome because I'm not really able to check on that sort of thing on my end. But if you could just let me know how that sounds on your end whenever Mina is speaking.
If that's the case, where they're working together with the drug companies because of the laws, and NASA's able to get away with more than the drug companies are, that would be really, really underhanded.
Okay, so looking at LifeSource Biomedical's homepage here, I thought I'd done clicked on this already, but let's check them out. Okay. So, biomedical, whoops, I just dropping my stuff here, yeah. Okay, they've got clinical R&D, biomedical R&D, and operations support. So what would that be? I guess that would be either biomed or clinical. Let's try biomed. Let's see what they do in terms of biomed. Oh, they kill monkeys. No, I'm kidding. LSBM's research and development specialists have an in-depth understanding of all the issues that are salient to biomedical and clinical research and development. They understand the latest industry trends in clinical operations, data acquisition and management, compliance and safety. LSBM's biomedical and clinical R&D team offers a spectrum of services to support an array of needs, including killing dozens of monkeys in a day. Right? I mean, come on. Its R&D specialists have interacted and partnered with numerous research and development teams to deliver the correct solutions for the project at hand. Whether it is for protocol development, quality assurance design, or full life cycle services, LSBM's professionals offer the best solutions for biopharmaceutical and biotechnological research and development. Wow, they just had to get those two words into one sentence, didn't they? They probably got a big bonus for that sentence. Biopharmaceutical and biotechnological research.
Is it a private company or is it a corporate company?
Yeah, they're private. It's a private company.
Okay.
So yeah, it looks like they had a center that was housed in the same area as NASA Ames. So that's their little website page on their biomedical R&D. So I'm just wondering if what is their track record on killing monkeys? I wonder if there's a page on their site just boasting about how many monkeys they killed today. Probably not many.
Or any other animal for that.
So let's go back. And so really it's not gonna. So they're just your run-of-the-mill biopharmaceutical, biomedical research and development company, and of course super evil. Housed in the same center as NASA's Ames Research Facility. Just killing monkeys left and right. Just killing monkeys all day long. Okay. So, NASA has long been associated with primates. Ham, a chimpanzee, received daily training before becoming the first great ape to be launched into fake space in 1961, successfully carrying out his brief mission. Oh, I read all that, didn't I? Okay, so LifeSource Biomedical, a separate drug and research entity which leases space at the center and houses these particular primates in question, is what it's saying here. Stephanie Solis, the chief executive of LifeSource Biomedical, said that the primates were given to the laboratory, quote, years ago, after a sanctuary couldn't be found for them due to their age and poor health. Oh, I would have taken at least a couple dozen of monkeys, man. I want a monkey. I bet you there's plenty of people that would love a monkey, man. And it just killed them. So it says, quote, and again, this is Stephanie Solis. She said, we agreed to accept the animals acting as a sanctuary and providing all care at our own cost until their advanced age and declining health resulted in a decision to humanely euthanize to avoid poor quality of life, she said. Well, I mean, what does a monkey need to keep their life, high quality? A couple of bananas every day, maybe somebody to throw their poop at, and they're good, man. Doesn't take much to keep a monkey happy. I'm sure they could have found loving and caring homes for all those monkeys. Easy, dude, easy. I'm telling you. So, wow. Solis said that no research was conducted on the primates while they were at Ames, and that they were provided, quote, a good remaining quality of life until they murdered them in cold blood. In recent years, the U.S. government has started to phase out the use of primates in research, with the National Institutes of Health making a landmark decision in 2015 to retire all chimpanzees used in biomedical studies. Critics of the practice argue it's immoral and cruel to subject highly intelligent, social creatures so similar to humans to such conditions. I would say I'm in agreement to an extent. I mean, there is always the other side of the argument, which says, trying these biomedical things on primates is the only way that you're going to be able to get something through certain phases of development or certain phases of research. And it's like they can either test it on monkeys or they can test it on people when it hits the market, or it'll never go to market, one or the other, right? And so there is always that counter argument. But I would say these monkeys, these 27 that they killed, I mean, they didn't have to kill them. You know what I mean? So I don't think that argument even applies here. That argument that, if it weren't for, clinical trials on animals, we would never make certain breakthroughs. And that's true, but that argument doesn't apply here, I don't think, unless I'm missing something big here. These were just 27 monkeys just sitting there chilling, doing monkey things, man. They weren't even part of any sort of program. And the poor things had Parkinson's to boot. Poor babies. All right. So similar to humans to such conditions. However, other labs continue to use monkeys in large numbers. A record 74,000 monkeys were used in experiments in 2017, with scientists claiming they are far better than other animals, such as mice, for studying diseases that also afflict humans. So there is that argument, but these 27 monkeys that were killed, again, that doesn't apply here. Even when monkeys are retired for research purposes, the task of rehoming them in appropriate sanctuaries still proves haphazard. Quote, "What tragic afterthoughts these lives were," said Mike Ryan, spokesman for Rise for Animals, the group that obtained the Freedom of Information documents on the Ames primate deaths. NASA has many strengths, but when it comes to animal welfare practices, they're obsolete. Wow. So here's what NASA had to say. A NASA spokesperson said, quote, "NASA does not have any non-human primates in NASA or NASA-funded facilities," end quote. So that's probably true. So again, it was this LifeSource Biomedical that was actually responsible for the monkeys. I'm not really even sure how NASA got involved in this unless, my working theory is that NASA is probably the biggest money laundering operation in all of history. And so perhaps there is some sort of backdoor deals going on between LifeSource Biomedical and NASA where, these poor monkeys are just sort of pawns in their wicked game. I don't know. But yeah, it does seem like the NASA spokesperson here was at least not lying, because he's basically saying that they don't even use non-human primates in NASA or NASA-funded facilities. I love how he put non-human primates, because he's not just going to say we don't use any primates in NASA or NASA-funded facilities, because of course people are primates, right? That's the whole shtick. Excuse me 1 second, people. That's the whole shtick that he's trying to toe the line on there, isn't it? That people are primates too, because evolution, right? Wow. Okay, so there was at least another article or two I wanted to touch base on really quick. So I think we've heard enough about. I guess I can't say NASA killing monkeys because it was LifeSource Biomedical. But seeing how NASA has all the money in the world, and those monkeys were right there in pretty much, I guess Ames is like a sister company with NASA. What is Ames Research Lab's relationship with NASA? Are they like a shell company or an offshoot, or what is that? I don't know. I know that you hear Ames Research in conjunction with NASA all the time, but are they separate entities? I really don't know. Further research is required on that, so I'm not going to claim that either way. All right, so yeah, the Fall Guys. Okay, so here we go. This is another one I wanted to read. NASA received $23.271 billion in fiscal year 2021 omnibus spending bill. $23.271 billion to keep on faking space and to keep on tricking people into believing that we live stuck to the side of a spinning ball flying through space in 5 different directions at once, completely contrary to our basic common sense, completely contrary to any observable or measurable thing, right? There's never been any sort of evidence to support the claim that we are rapidly rotating around 1,000 miles an hour at the equator, well faster than the speed of sound, like in the United States continental. Rotating around that axis, as they say, and then flying through space along multiple curvilinear orbital paths, thousands and thousands of miles an hour in 5 different directions at once. Never has there ever been any evidence to support that, and yet we're going to keep on shoveling billions and billions and billions of dollars to NASA to keep faking space with these just nonsensical cartoons, tricking people into believing in these lies using just CGI and cartoons. Quoting here from spacenews.com, the omnibus fiscal year 2021 spending bill includes $505 million for the Nancy Grace Roman Space Telescope. Nancy Grace, who isn't Nancy Grace that like court TV reporter who like crawls up my skin and makes me ill whenever I hear her talk? Isn't that who Nancy Grace is? Who am I confusing her with? Who the heck is Nancy Grace? I could have sworn it's that blonde-haired chick, ain't it? Nancy Grace. Oh, come on now. Come on now. Simmer down now. Simmer down now. Nancy Grace. Who is that court TV reporter lady that was like, yeah, that is her, Nancy Grace. That's who I thought. Oh, man. I'll tell you what.
How did she get a telescope named after her?
That's what I don't want to know, but I guess we're going to have to freaking learn about it now. Yeah, man. For what? I don't know. Forgive me if there's any fans of this woman out there. I don't know what it is about her, but I just can't stand that woman, you guys. I really can't stand that woman. Like, I don't know. I think what it is I've had nightmares about her, like, presiding over my execution or something. Like, there really is, like, some deeply rooted aversion that I have to that woman. And she did, oh, man. She was on, I think, like, I want to say the Joe Rogan show, or she was on some sort of a thing where she was supposed to sit down and do an interview, and she ended up like...
She interjects her opinion too much into whatever case she's doing.
I don't know if they can hear you, so it might be where I'm just in the middle of talking and I stop. I don't know. Well, I never did.
She does. They probably can hear me, but she does interject her opinion a lot.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what it is, but I really, man, I don't like that woman. Maybe, she might be a sweetheart in real life, but I forget where it was at. She was doing some kind of an interview, and she sat down for a couple minutes and went back and forth with a couple questions and just ended up showing her rear end on her shoulders and, like, stormed out of the interview. I wonder if anybody out there knows in the chat which show that was. I want to say it was, like, Joe Rogan or something like that, but I don't know. She, says she's got 2 children. She's an alma mater at Mercer University. I thought Mercer was like antibiotic-resistant staph infection, but what do I know? Oh, my goodness. Okay, so she went to Staph Infection University. That's fitting. Okay, so yeah, Nancy Grace. So what the crap? Why is there Nancy Grace telescope? That doesn't make any sense to me.
Like an astronaut or something?
Why? There's got to be more than one Nancy Grace. Why is there... Oh, I'm like typing in Dutch or something. Why is there a Nancy Grace telescope? That really... Okay, the Nancy Grace Roman Space Telescope, formerly the Wide Field Infrared Survey Telescope, which, I gotta say, I like that better. The WFIRST, the W first, which the anagram guy really outdid himself on that one. I gotta say, I really like that anagram, or whatever it's called. They changed it from that, the W first, again, that's the Wide Field Infrared Survey Telescope, W first. They changed it to the Nancy Grace Roman Space Telescope. What?
Right, chick.
What is going on here? It is a NASA observatory designed to settle essential questions in the areas of dark energy. Oh, well, now we know the Nancy Grace connection. Dark energy, of course. exoplanets in infrared astrophysics, it will perform a micro-lensing survey of the inner Milky Way to find 2,600 exoplanets. Now wait a minute, how do they know it's going to find 2,600 exoplanets? Like, how do they know what is not found yet? Like, that crap never made any sense to me. Like, they know what they're going to find, even though they haven't found it yet. Like, they know how many of them they're going to find. They know what they're going to be before they found them. Like, what? Doesn't even make any sense to me. Like, maybe I'm just thinking too much about this, but it will perform a microlensing survey of the inner Milky Way to find 2,600 exoplanets. Really? And how do we know that it's going to do that? Huh? Really? How do we know it's going to find all these things that have not yet been found? And how do we know there's 2,600 of them? I don't get it, man. I do not get it. All right. So, telescope named for a mother of Hubble, Nancy Grace. So it's not the chick from Court TV. It's the mother of Hubble, old Mother Hubble. The newly named Nancy Grace Roman Telescope, or Roman Space Telescope for short. But Mother of Hubble. So is that really what it is? Because I don't think this chick deserved a telescope being named after her.
Yeah,
right?
So on with it.
What is the main scientific objective? I still want to make sure that I've got this right, because that does make some sense that old, what's his name? Hubble. His mother's name was Nancy Grace. But let's see, what does this article suggest?
Nancy Grace Hubble, old Mother Hubble.
Okay, NASA is naming its next generation space telescope, currently under development, the Wide Field Infrared Survey Telescope, in honor of Nancy Grace Roman, NASA's first chief astronomer, who paved the way for space telescopes focused on the broader universe. Okay, so it's not Hubble's mother. Nancy Grace Roman, NASA's first astronomer. Oh, NASA's first chief astronomer, who paved the way for space telescopes focused on the broader Lineverse. Universe, of course, but I'll say Lineverse. Orange slices, anybody? I'll have one. Okay. So, the newly named Nancy Grace Roman Telescope, or Roman Space Telescope for short, is set to launch in the mid-2020s. It will investigate long-standing astronomical mysteries, such as the force behind the universe's expansion, give me a break, and search for distant planets beyond our solar system. Well, of course, they're going to find exactly 2,600 of them, too. They already know. They don't even need to bother looking, because they already know what they're going to find, how many of them they're going to find, before they even launch the damn thing. That's how good these guys are. These guys are good. Damn good. So damn good, they don't even need to do it, because they already know what they're going to find. And
Tell us.
Fortune tellers. Yeah, that's the ticket. Super service. Super service. Consider the mother of NASA's Hubble Space Telescope was launched 30 years ago. Roman tirelessly advocated for new tools that would allow scientists to study the broader universe from space. She left behind a tremendous legacy in the scientific community when she died in 2018. Oh, well, that's sad. Quote, "It's because of Nancy Grace Roman's leadership and vision that NASA became a pioneer in astrophysics and launched the Hubble, the world's most powerful and productive Limobile," said NASA Administrator Jim Bridenstine. Quote, "I can think of no better name for WFIRST, which will be the successor to NASA's Hubble and Webb telescopes." Well, at least, thank God for small miracles. Thank God for small mercies. Because at least it wasn't named after Nancy Grace, the one I was thinking of at first, because, wow, I would have to hate NASA even more, and I don't think it's possible for me to hate NASA any more than I already do, if you know what I mean. All right? Okay. Let's check and see if I'm still streaming. Oh, wow. Eat your heart out, Russian vids. 33 people watching now. Oh, it went down to 30. Good. So was there another? I think there was another article I wanted to read through. Maybe, maybe not. Let's see. I wonder if I should do that. Happy holidays. We have a gift for you. Download our NASA Selfies app and picture yourself in space. The app features images from our Spitzer Space Telescope, along with contributions from @NASA Hubble and @Chandra X-ray. Go nasa.gov. Let's see. I want to see if I can get the NASA Selfies app. Maybe I'll try to do it on my phone while I'm online here. Well, let's see what we got, y'all.
Oh, I see it's a cat. I see it. Take it back. Yeah.
That's too funny. That's pretty cute, I gotta say. Oh wow, is NASA gonna be spying on me now if I do this?
Yeah, I wouldn't do it if I was you. I wouldn't put it on my phone. Oh, no.
Oh, come on, we gotta try it. NASA Selfies app. What could go wrong? What could possibly go wrong? NASA Selfies. Huh. It's from JPL. Can you believe JPL has a frickin' app putting out promoting selfies? That's just too funny. The NASA Selfies app. I'm downloading it. The new NASA Selfies app lets you generate snapshots of yourself in a virtual spacesuit, posing in front of gorgeous cosmic locations like the Orion Nebula or the center of the Milky Way galaxy. The simple interface means you just snap a photo of yourself, pick your background, and share it on social media. Alright, well let's give it a shot. My orange slices are way over there.
They're gone.
Nuh-uh.
There were only one.
Is there any more Skittles? Can I have some Skittles? Pretty please? Don't you tell me to knock it off. I'll knock you off. Knock you off, son. Wait, what's going on here? Oh no, wrong button. Okay, bear with me, people. I'm trying the NASA Selfies app. Before using NASA Selfies, please take a moment to read our privacy policy here. No. Allow NASA Selfies to take pictures and record video. Sure. Allow NASA Selfies to access photos, media, and files on your device. Sure.
No.
Oh wow, so look how generic this is. I wonder if y'all can see it. Let's see. Get it here. Oh, here we go. Yeah, well, whatever. They already own my soul, right?
Well, no, they don't. But everything on there, they will.
Okay, here we go.
Well, yeah, you can always delete the record, right? Okay, so let's see here.
Oh my god, that is really bad. No. Wow, why didn't you guys tell me I look so bad? Good god. New. Okay. Here, I'll do a real extreme close-up. That way it actually fits in the stupid spacesuit. Funny face? No. Oh wow, that's terrible. I'm not showing you guys this.
Yes,
I mean, you can see how stupid I look now as it is.
Show it.
No.
You should have done it. Show it.
Okay, that one's pretty goofy, but it was intended to be so. So here we go. Check it out. Wait, now I can't see.
See, John.
Stupid.
Oh, you got to put that on your front page. You have to.
That's so stupid looking.
You got to update it.
Hold on, let me do my
year.
background. Let's select a background.
You got to update it for the new year, man.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute.
Hey, you got to put butt mud in it. You got to put Lily.
Oh yeah, let's do one with butt mud in it.
Oh yeah, come on, Lily.
All right, let's save this one.
We're gonna make you a NASA star, baby. Okay, do Lily.
Okay, wait.
No, better right here.
Choo-choo phone. Wait, no. Let's do another new one. Bye-bye. No, new one. Yeah.
I gotta see. Oh no! Look, show everybody.
Look at Lily's little.
You have got to put that on your front page.
Okay, but she gets another one background. Hold on, let's do a different background.
The tongue is awesome.
Coyote Head Nebula. Let's put Buttmutt in a Coyote Head Nebula.
Okay, let's
We're
see
going to
what
save
you've
this
done.
one. Oh, look
Let me see.
at that.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, baby.
Alright, well, actually, I kind of like the NASA Selfies app, but I'm going to have to uninstall that crap, dude.
Yeah, but we got to keep that picture of her.
I will. Alright,
It has to be.
so
You're a
that's
star now, baby.
surprisingly fun. Wow, NASA actually did something that's not complete garbage.
It just goes to show you where their sort of like their mentality is.
Wow. So let's check back in on the chatter. Alright, so let me close out of that. Close out of that. I'll leave that on. Okay, so we talked about that. We talked about, was there one other thing? I need to check. I think that was everything I wanted to cover tonight. I think. But, wait a minute, there might have been more. Canadian astronaut to join NASA's first crewed Artemis mission around the moon.
Around the moon in 80 days.
Okay, so what is this one? Spaceflightnow.com. December 25th, 2020. Canadian astronaut to join NASA's first crewed
That's 2 days from now.
Artemis mission around the moon. What?
That's 2 days from now.
What?
That.
What do you mean that?
Wait a minute. What date is it?
It's today. It just has the date here. It's like that's the
I
date
didn't
of
hear the
the.
date. Is it for the 25th or the 26th?
Yeah, the 25th.
Oh, okay.
It's the 25th now because it's after midnight.
Well, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Duh.
All right. Okay, so it says here, Canadian astronaut to join NASA's first crewed Artemis mission around the moon. A Canadian space flyer will join 3 NASA crew members on the first piloted flight of the Space Launch System and Orion spacecraft around the moon, or so they claim. This should make them the first non-U.S. astronaut on a lunar voyage, officials announced last week. Well, whoop-de-doo.
So are they actually going to put somebody in a plane and fly them around or whatever they want to call it?
They say they're going around the moon.
That's ridiculous.
It says here, there will be a second flight opportunity for a Canadian astronaut on a later NASA mission to the International Gateway Station in orbit around the moon. Wow. So
let me get Branson and his Virgin Airline thing is going to be flying them, right?
no, I doubt it. But it does seem that they're pushing this whole ISS thing to the next level with this International Gateway Station, which they claim is in orbit around the moon. Now,
Elon Musk in this somehow?
Since we know that the Earth isn't a ball, then by extension, space couldn't exist. The moon isn't like some ball similar to the Earth that you can like fly around. This is all just made up nonsense.
And who are they putting in?
They'll trick everyone into believing it, though. They're putting like some Canadian dude with a bunch of astronaut liars, like a liar nuts.
Okay.
NASA and the Canadian Space Agency, I didn't know there was such a thing, but they announced the agreement for Canadian astronaut flights December 16th, as the agencies affirmed details of Canada's contribution to the Gateway Station, which is intended to serve as a waypoint, spacecraft refueling station, and a deep space research outpost in the vicinity of the moon. Wow. So this is where our billions and billions and billions of dollars are going to go to in the future. Hell, even our grandkids, billions of dollars, even their money is going to go into this stupid thing that is basically just a big, fat nothing burger, a big, fat waste of time, big, fat waste of energy, money, and it's just cementing the propaganda that is, for whatever reason, you can get into the motives. But it's very important for them to convince everyone that we live in outer space, man. They really want us to, they want to sever our connection to our Creator and sever our connection to our origins as a species, as a people. They want to sever our connection to who we are, why we're here, and ultimately, I would say, the meaning of life. Like, what is our purpose? By tricking us into by misleading us about our very understanding of where we live and what the world is and who we are and where we came from. They can convince us of pretty much anything. They can mind control us, lead us by the nose down the garden path to wherever they want to lead us to, and most people are just going to go right along with it, man. But they want people to believe that the world is insignificant in the grand scheme of things. They want people to believe that the world is just a proverbial speck of dust flying around aimlessly through the cosmos, just one speck of dust among billions and billions of specks of dust, just as insignificant as a grain of sand on the beach. If it disappeared tomorrow, nobody would ever miss it. And what does that make us? We're much smaller and much less significant than the world. So if the world is insignificant, then we're crap on the bottom of insignificant shoes, ain't we? That really is what they want people to believe. I mean, that is the crux of the entire scientismic religion, is that they want people in a state of low self-esteem. They want people in a state of worthlessness. They want people completely misled in terms of who we are, where we came from, what the world is, what is our purpose here. And
Seems like they want to keep us in neutral all the time.
And by misleading us about all this stuff, starting with the very ground that we walk upon, they've got us, man. And they get us so young with it. That's what's so insidious about it. Because frankly, I don't think you'd be able to convince a grown man, or a grown woman for that matter, that has never really been introduced to the Ball Earth model, that had never really been introduced to the Flat Earth model, they'd never heard of any of it. Just let them grow up 20 years, well educated in every other regard other than that. And I just find it very difficult to convince a grown adult of the Ball Earth theory. I just don't think it would be possible. Maybe like 1 in 100 would be malleable or gullible enough to trick them. Because, I mean, the evidence just isn't there. I mean, frankly, you guys, if the Earth were actually rotating, as they claim, over 1,000 miles an hour at the equator, going around the sun at 18.5 miles per second around a curve, and that 18.5 miles per second is 600 miles an hour, along that curve. As the sun goes around the galaxy at a 60-degree angle to that solar plane, at some 500,000 miles an hour, or ecliptic plane rather, the sun allegedly goes around the galaxy at 500,000 miles an hour. The galaxy flies through space at some millions of miles an hour. All of these curvilinear orbital paths allegedly constantly changing angular relationships to one another. You would just have topsy-turvy, never-ending, wild accelerations. I mean, hell, just from sunrise to sunset, as I've mentioned in the last video I put out, and I've mentioned several times, but, as the sun rises, you'd be riding on the nose of speeding bullet Earth, going 66,000 miles an hour on the nose of a bullet. Then 12 hours later, as you rotate over to sunset, you'd be traveling at 6,600 miles an hour on the tail of the speeding bullet. So it's like over 130,000 miles an hour acceleration every day, constantly, over 12 hours, from one extreme to the other. And yet, Earth is a fixed frame of reference. That's frankly absurd. I just don't find it possible to trick a grown, rational adult into believing that, which is why I believe they have to trick gullible toddlers into believing it. I mean, let's face it, you can convince a toddler of Santa Claus phenomenon. You can convince a toddler of the Easter Bunny, the Tooth Fairy. spinning ball Earth. And it makes perfect sense as to why they hit us with spinning ball Earth stuff at such a young age. And really the only difference between that and Santa Claus, I would say, is that nobody ever bothers to come around and tell you, hey, this is nonsense. We made it up. Because, frankly, our teachers weren't lying to us. Our teachers believed in proverbial Santa Claus in this case. And they still do. Most of them. So, wow. Okay. Canada, this is a quote back on the article from Spaceflight Now. Canada will join the U.S. on the first crewed mission to the moon since the Apollo missions, said Navdeep Bains, Canada's Minister of Innovation, Science and Industry. Wow. That sounds just like something out of Orwell's 1984. Minister of Innovation, Science and Industry, doesn't it? Launching in 2023, a Canadian Space Agency astronaut will be part of Artemis II, the first mission to carry humans to lunar orbit in over 50 years, or so they claim. This will make Canada only the second country after the U.S. to have an astronaut in deep space. Deep egg space, that is, I would add. Monica Witt, a NASA spokesperson, said the Artemis II crew will consist of 3 NASA astronauts and 1 Canadian space flyer. So wait a minute. Canadians aren't allowed to be called astronauts? They had to be called space flyers? What is that? They keep saying that. That's the third time they've said they've differentiated between NASA astronauts, who are American, and Canadians, who are space flyers, not astronauts. They're not pimp enough to be called astronauts, I reckon.
They're ready to change it altogether.
What is there? Is it like politically incorrect to call a Canadian an astronaut? Like, I don't get it. What is that? And we looked this up before, but who was Artemis again? Let's just check this out because it's something funny about it. Who was Artemis? Oh yeah, in Greek religion, the goddess of wild animals, the hunt and vegetation, and of chastity and childbirth. Yeah, she was identified by the Romans with Diana. Artemis was the daughter of Zeus and Leto and the twin sister of Apollo, Apollyon. So yeah, there you have it. Artemis, the goddess of wild animals. I guess it's fitting. I guess it is a bit fitting. The signature of a final agreement solidifies Canada's participation in the NASA-led Artemis program, which aims to return astronauts to the surface of the moon in the 2020s. And it's only going to cost us just billions and billions and billions of dollars. It's worth it, though. Totally worth it just to dump gobs, untold hordes of money at NASA when, people are struggling to make ends meet. Restaurants are just closing left and right. Communities falling apart. People are struggling just to barely scrape by, pay their rent, make ends meet. And, man, I'll tell you what, so far people have had it pretty easy, man. I hate to say this, but, there's literally been a moratorium on evictions and foreclosures. So, as you can see here, in my situation, I'm always like, if you ever feel bad about your situation, just look at my life, and you're guaranteed to feel better, instantly. Being in a hotel, that doesn't apply to us. So it's like, if I don't come up with the rent on this hotel every week, I don't even want to think about it. It's going to be bad. And by the way, I just wanted to send out a big shout out and thanks to those of you that were able to help out financially here recently. Man, clearly I was able to pay the hotel rent for another week, so God bless you guys. Thank you so much for that. Man, it really means a lot to us. I don't know what we would do if it weren't for you guys.
And we're saying a prayer for all Americans.
By the way, I'm really worried about my mom. I haven't talked to her in a couple of months. Mom, if you are out there watching, give me a call. Your phone's disconnected, and I've tried emailing you several times, and I haven't been able to get in touch. So I know you probably don't watch my stupid live streams, but if for some reason you do, give me a call. Please, I'm worried about you. But just want to give a shout out and thoughts and prayers go out to everybody that's been struggling through this. I know
loved ones, if they've got any sick loved ones, we're praying for them. As a matter of fact, we said a prayer to the Most High today for everyone before the live stream.
I don't know if they can hear you, hon.
Well, just let them know what I said.
Well, Mina just wants to send out love and prayers to you guys. I know that lots of people are out there struggling just as we are. It's been a rough year this year, man. I'll be glad to see it go, honestly. Christopher Fournier says, the brainwashing of a spherical and spinning earth begins at the primary school or even the cradle. Lies shouldn't be taught in our schools. Yeah, that's totally the truth, Christopher. I remember when I was a baby, I had a mobile that hung over my bed that was the solar system. So I know my parents weren't like nefariously hanging that there. I mean, it was just the thing.
Oh,
But it is something that they do hit you with since the cradle.
And I have another one too. Does everybody out there know about the Edison lie that they're now correcting in today's public school about the light bulb and all that? Might want to check that out.
I'm not going to go into that right now. But I just wanted to say thank you to. It looks like was this Tinfoil Hatter or maybe it was Flat Earth who did a 10-pound super chat. So wow, thank you so much for that. That may actually put me over the threshold for my earnings, where I may actually get something out of AdSense, out of YouTube, Google for this period. Because, well, believe it or not, you have to earn over $100 in AdSense in order to get paid through YouTube AdSense. And here lately, it's been taking me about 3 or 4 months to get the $100. So I know that, like, I haven't had anything come in from Google AdSense for I think 3 months now, and I was at like $85 last month. So with 10 pounds and maybe a few more dollars from advertising on YouTube, I might get something from YouTube AdSense this month. So that would be awesome. By the way, thanks so much again, Flat Earth. God bless you, man. I do appreciate that. While I've still got y'all here, I'll just go ahead and plug the contribution pages if you guys would like to contribute to the channel and help me keep going here. Your support is greatly needed and appreciated. You can do Venmo, PayPal, Cash App. I make it real easy. It's The Morgile on all of them. So for Venmo, it's venmo.com/themorgile, paypal.me/themorgile, Cash App, and then it's just, like the $, The Morgile. So it's always The Morgile. But I'll put them in here as well. I'll put something in the description for those of you who are watching later on down the road. But I basically covered everything I wanted to cover. I want to thank you guys really kindly for your time and for hanging out with me, spending time with me. I'm glad to see you guys virtually or otherwise. It really is a blessing to have the community out there. I love you guys. I miss y'all. I haven't been able to post as much as normal because, I haven't had a computer for several months. And again, thanks so much to Brenda. I do once again have a laptop here that seems to function pretty well. So I'm a happy camper, and again I was able to get my rent paid again for the week this week. So we're sitting pretty, man. It is really too cold out there to be without a place to live. So I really do feel for the people that are out there that don't have anywhere to go to sleep tonight. There's a lot of people out there, man, that just aren't able to make it, man. And it is cold out there. So if you see somebody that's out there standing on the side of the road with the sign, give them $1, man. Give them a couple bucks. It might mean might not mean anything to you, but to them it might it might be the difference in life and death, really, when it's this cold like that. Or maybe a hot cup of coffee when it's cold, something like that. So anyway, now I'm getting all mushy on you guys, but here, let me put these links in here. But I do again want to thank you guys for joining. I really love you guys, miss y'all, and I've got a couple videos I'm working on. Like I said, I just got the computer back up and running. So I'm able to do some Flat Earth content, and I'll be doing touching on some other stuff too with the mud flood stuff, the stolen history stuff, questioning the historical narrative, and of course questioning the Roman Catholic Bible as well.
Got a good video coming up.
.com/. Okay, baby. Oh wait, www.paypal.me. And then I think if I do control and enter, no, it doesn't. But there's the links in there. Oh, and I'll do cash.app. Anyways.
I'll go switch it everyone up.
And then $sign Morgal. So, all right, that clears that up. Oh yeah, I seen that. Mine worked. There was a super chat came in, so thanks again to Flat Earth for the super chat. Derek J-Man, hey, what's up? Peace out, everybody. Love you guys, and I will see you in the next one. So I'll go ahead and stop streaming now. Take care, you guys. Merry Christmas.